Hey everybody, it's Marty from Woodside Canine, and today we're going to be covering the reward marker. So what is the reward marker? The reward marker is simply a sound that the dog is going to associate with reward. Very simple. So why should we use a reward marker, and how does it help us with training? So simply, it's timing. So timing is everything when trying to train a dog to do something. So the moment they do what we're trying to teach them to do, we can mark it, and the dog knows that in that exact moment when they made the correct decision. So I prefer just an auditory marker. That way I don't have to use a clicker, and a few common markers would be yes, chip, and a distinct sound, so ch-ch-ch-ch, something like that. You just want to make sure you're being as consistent as possible on how you're delivering the marker. Okay, so what you're going to need for this is you're going to simply need a dog that's motivated for food. So if the hungrier the better, and they're really going to want that treat you have, so a high value food reward. I like beef liver treats. You can use their kibble, but certainly a higher value reward will really build some motivation into this. I also need to have a leash on the dog, so I'm going to prevent the dog from just walking off and being distracted by other things, and a very low distracting environment. So step one, you simply start indoors where the dog can fully pay attention to what we're doing, and we want to do as many reps as we can, 20 to 30 repetitions a couple times a day. And within the first week, even a couple days, your dog's going to be responding really quickly to that marker. And what we're looking for is we just say chip or yes, and the dog will just turn and come for the reward. So for this particular marker, we need to make sure we differentiate between reward markers, so we can have a variety of reward markers that mean different things. So this specific marker just simply means come to me for reward. So a few other applications we'll be using with this marker is when we go outside. It really gives us a method to reward engagement. So if a dog looks at us, we can mark it and pay. It also helps with some counter conditioning and building positive associations with things that the dog may be uncomfortable around. So for instance, dogs are a common issue where we can mark the presence of the dog. So the moment it shows up in view, we can mark it and have the dog develop a positive association with being around dogs. Same with people. It really doesn't matter whatever it is the dog's struggling with. They see something they're not sure of, we can deliver the mark. It'll also break the dog's focus on whatever it's paying attention to. And get that dog's attention back to us. It gives us a reward event where otherwise we wouldn't be able to really do much of anything, but de-escalating focus, we can stop reactivity before it shows up and just keep rewarding engagement with us. Okay, so now that we've chosen what marker we're going to use, for this I'm going to use chip. In my subject here is Arlo. I'm going to demonstrate the initial phase in a boring room, nothing's happening. We're going to start to charge the marker. And when I'm doing this, very important, is to avoid a common error people will make, overshadowing. Dogs are very visual, so they're going to key in on your physical movements and it won't register what it is we're actually saying. And that's exactly how people will all have dogs that only sit for treats, because they don't realize that the dog simply is just looking at their visual cues, and they actually never learned the word sit, which is funny, but it is a thing. So very important, the order of events here. I'm going to deliver the marker, then reach for the food and pay. Do not do it at the same time, so just kind of pay attention. Chip. Yeah, good boy. There you go, my man. There you go, buddy. Good. Chip. And this initial phase is very simple. Just deliver the mark and pay. Mark and pay. Mark and pay. Over and over and over and over and over again. Chip. Good. Well, there you go. So it does help to build some interest and excitement into this. Arlo, what you doing, buddy? To start to move the reward around, have him chase it a little bit, build some excitement in there. So keep that in mind. These little things do help. Chip. Good job, buddy. Good boy. Good job. Chip. Good. Good job. 20 to 30 reps, a couple times a day, within a week, you're gonna have a fully charged marker. All right, so we got Mia here, and we're gonna see if she can respond to this marker, if it's actually working. Yeah, good girl. Good girl. Good girl. There we go. Good girl. There you go. Good girl. Good. Oh, there we go. Good girl. She gets a little distracted. Popping her right back out of it. We've had a successful charging of the marker, and we're all good. All right, so dogs can't have multiple reward markers. For this marker, just know it means come to me for the reward. If I want the dog to go chase something, so I'm throwing something for them to get, you're gonna wanna use a different marker, which means go get that, right? Otherwise, if I had one generic marker, which means come to me or go get it, she might key in on something that she wants and I mark it, and then she's gonna wanna go and get that. And it could be something I really don't want her to, go near. It could be a dog or a squirrel. So there's going to be a distance where this marker stops working because you're just simply too distracted by whatever it is. It could be a kid, a squirrel, a dog. That's when we know for working on this, we need to move further away. So we want to have tons of success with this, and we don't want the dog practicing blowing off the marker whenever they feel like it. Now say she doesn't, and I give the marker, I know it's charged and she's just ignoring it. Remember, it is non-negotiable. So that's when I will use that leash and make her disengage from whatever she's looking at, okay? Okay, so it might be a couple days later when the marker's getting, has a lot of charge in it, she's really looking away from distractions, then you can start to work on your triggers. So with her, Mia here, she just gets too excited when she sees things that she has a really hard time disengaging from those, whatever it is. With this, we're going to be using a dog. So the key to this is staying at a distance where I can still get her to come back to me for the reward. And if I give the reward and she's not complying, I'm going to make her come back for the reward. So that's when I'm going to use the leash. Remember, it's non-negotiable. So that'll also give me a test to see how good this marker is working. And then we're going to adjust the distance as needed so that she can still see that distraction, but have the ability to come back to us for it. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay. Yep. Good girl. Good job. Good girl. There you go. That's right. Good. Good girl. Running out of rewards here. That's not good. Okay, one more pass. A little closer this time. Okay. And maybe we'll get to show you what it looks like when the dog doesn't comply. We get a little too close, and I'm going to have to correct her back in. Oh, that's pretty good. That's much better. Still good. Still good. Good. And it's all about having success here. So we do want to have some success, but I'm going to adjust this a little bit, just a little closer. I'm going to get her a little into it, and then she needs to understand that, yep, just a little closer, not too close. Oh, good girl. All right, you're getting too good at this. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. All right. Good girl. Good girl. Yep. And then come just a little closer. Yep. And leave it. Oh, good choice. Good girl. Good girl. Nope. Nope. There we go. There we go. So she got a little excited there and she wanted to go chase him. Okay, that's a no. And then we're going to bring her back to me.